Hi, my name is Sophia Loyzaga from Loyzaga Design, and we are members of the Institute of Classical Architecture and Art. We are here in Acapulco, Mexico, and I would like to show you two houses. One is San Nicolas del Mar, where we are now. It's our dearly family home. And then Los Ángeles del Mar, another house. They were both designed by Jorge Lozaga. This house represents a little bit of the history of Acapulco. It was the only port in Latin America that had legal communication with Asia for 250 years. The Mariana Archipelago and the Philippines were evangelized through this route. The house tries to represent the life of an 18th century New Hispanic merchant who worked in the galleon trade in the Philippines and decides to return to the New Spain and bring the culture he developed, building a house in Acapulco the way he lived in the Philippines. To build this fantasy house, an 18th century house in Burgo in the province of Bulacan, Philippines was bought. What was transportable was brought to Mexico. For example, the wooden windows with lattice called capis, a Philippine mother-of-pearl shell that was used instead of glass. The house was transported in 2 containers of 50 tons that took 6 months to get to the port of Manzanillo and then to Acapulco. This is a photo of the original house in the Philippines. San Nicolas del Mar represents the architecture that the new Hispanic people made in Asia. A large collection of original furniture, decorations, and textiles was brought from the Philippines so that the house could be seen as it was, but adapted to a modern use of a beach house. This painting is a reproduction of Nuestra Señora del Pilar del Zaragoza, a galleon that navigated between Manila and Acapulco in the years of 1733 and 1750. The whole house revolves around the same theme, the cultural exchange between Asia and Mexico. Acapulco was a very important trading port, being the fort of San Diego, the city fort, the point of departure for the Manila galleons. The bowl in the master bedroom is hand-painted. You can see all of the animals, trees, the nature in general that has been in Acapulco for hundreds of years. The master bedroom is where the original windows of the house are. It's mostly wood and almost all of the furniture was brought from the Philippines. The whole house was designed by my father, Jorge Lozaga, who has been very passionate about this subject for decades. Here you can see the original windows of wood and capis, which is actually the name of the master bedroom. In these seas is where the galleons navigated and such an important trade was happening. Los Ángeles del Mar. The clients were in love with Bali. They wanted a house in Acapulco to gather the whole family, children, grandchildren, everybody together, but at the same time with privacy. The house was built in a Balinese style with a series of bungalows. It has a total of 12 rooms. In the main house, you can find the kitchen, living room, dining room, a guest bathroom, a bar, the master bedroom, and 2 more rooms with their own little pool as well. The TV room is totally Balinese with large windows so that everything could be opened and closed. It is all made of carpentry and there are different areas or lounges. There are a lot of Hindu and Persian inspirations for the floor and ceilings since they were the origin of Balinese architecture. To design the house, the architect did a lot of research on how sanctuaries, palaces, and royalty homes were designed at the time. Most of the furniture and decorations were bought in Bali and brought to Acapulco. The house contains a lot of mural painting and it has many details such as the Venetian mosaics on the floors. You can see a lot of craftsmanship in the doors and ceilings of the entire house and in each of the rooms. An example of the attention to detail is the outdoor showers in each of the rooms, which are made of shells and the water outlet is a fish. The house is built on platforms and corridors. Architecture in Bali has a lot of wood with quarry, as you can see all over the house. Another typical Balinese characteristic are the ponds, and they are not square, they have a lot of movement. The ponds and bales are beautifully placed around the garden and the house for relaxation and reflection. Thank you on behalf of Loyzaga Design for joining me on this tour here in Acapulco, the ancient gateway of Latin America to Asia. It was great to have you.